Sneak dissing, we don't see the competition. I drop off a ransom note that your art is missing, nigga.
Pay us in full with the money, or she gon' get her fingers clipped off like Lil Sonny,
MRecktv. Peace, world. We live on MRecktv. I got a special guest in the building. He goes by the name of Tah Murder, aka Caddillac Tah.
Yes, sir.
My brother. How
yes,
you?
Sir. Chilling, baby.
Yes, sir, man. It's been a minute, man. We go back, man. We got a little history.
Wow.
We go back. Let's go to the beginning. You know what I mean? Let's go. We're going to take them back to Pop City, but even if we can go before that, let's start with the name.
Yeah, like, all right, so the name, right? Like I was telling you, originally Tah Murder, you know what I mean? So I came in with Tah Murder. That was my handle. You know what I mean? You know, through all the Earth Gotti Presents the Murderous projects, all the features on Rule, everything I was doing was under Tah Murder.
Got you.
And when it was time, you know, when it was getting time for me to do my shit, you know, it was like, yo, you might need to think of, you know, something more, you know, not commercialized, but something more, you know,
marketable.
Right. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
Me, something more marketable. So with me, I'm like, you know, not even sugarcoating the street off the block. I'm like, marketing, that is the marketing. Me, Tah Murder, that's the marketing right there. But you know, after giving it some thought, I was like, you know what? Nah, matter of fact, let me think of some other. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to have nothing be in the way of, you know what I'm saying, you know, my blessings. You know what I'm saying, and whatever was supposed to come to me. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So we was recording one of Rule albums in LA. We stayed out there for like 3 months, and we had a little mansion and shit that we had rented. And just back and forth to the studio every day. Just rented a bunch of cars, probably like, you know, 5, 6 cars. You know what I mean? Might have been more than that. You know what I mean? We had like some Benzes. You know what I mean? Some Benzes. You know what I mean? And like some caddy trucks. You know what I mean? So, you know, basically, like, I used to get up early in the morning, take the caddy truck, boom, and just be gone and just be doing me in LA. You know what I'm saying? Going to the Beverly Center, shopping, you know what I mean? Doing all kind of shit, pulling up in the hood, you know what I mean? And then coming back when get up, like, because niggas was getting up like 2, 3 o'clock. Get up, I'll be pulling in the driveway, like, yo, what's up? What we doing? You know what I mean? So niggas like, yo, this get up every day, like 7, like 8 o'clock. I'm just get up early, no matter what time I go to sleep. So it's like, just get up every day and with that caddy truck, man. This driving that Cadillac trucks, my man BJ was like, yeah, man, this Caddillac Tah. But that's what he was saying as a joke, you know what I mean? He was like, yo, this Caddillac Tah. He kept saying Caddillac Tah, and he was saying that shit the whole day. And we was joking around. I was like, yo, you know what? I said, yo, that shit sound fly. I'm gonna fuck with that. I'm gonna take, you know, you around with the Tah, but I'm gonna put the Tah and I'm gonna just leave it like that. Cadillac
around with the Tah.
You know what I mean? And just like, yo, cool, that shit might work.
Ring off. Ring off.
That's basically how that shit came up, you know what I mean? And then I just kind of ran with it from there.
Gotcha. Now, take me to, because when you met Irv, this is fresh off the Mike Geronimo thing, or this is around the same time?
I know them around the Mike Geronimo thing. Like, I met, like, the last song, which is a crazy story. I guess we could probably go into that. Hell yeah. I met in the studio when Rule was recording the Vinny Vettavici album. And was like, the album was done, and there was like one song left. And I met around that time, and just so happened that last record that went on his album was the record that we did.
You featured on.
It was called The Murderers, you know what I mean? And that's kind of like where Gotti got the idea for The Murderers, or Gotti Presents the Murderers. But long story short, yeah, I didn't know around the Mike Geronimo era. I met niggas like right when Rue was recording that Vinny Vettavici album.
Got you. That's kind of ill. This nigga Ja Rule, he already had the Holla Holla popping and a few other singles popping then. So if you came in the studio during the last song and you get on that joint, this was already like becoming a star.
So yeah, it was popping. I mean,
Yeah,
the Holla Holla was in rotation.
Got you.
It was in rotation.
Got you. What was the vibe like when you met Rule? Like what was his vibe?
I mean, it was a cool vibe. I mean, it wasn't really, you know what I'm saying? It was a cool vibe. It wasn't nothing like, you know what I mean? He was a cool, you know what I'm saying? He was a cool when I first met him, you know what I mean? Gotti had a different vibe though. You know, I guess Gotti had like the executive vibe. My man Kareem from the projects, from 40 Projects, he with Chris. Him and Chris was close. And also my man Rab, who made beats for, he was close with Chris. You know what I mean? So both of them was kind of telling Chris about me, like, yo, you gotta meet my man spit, get busy. You know what I mean? You gotta meet my, you know what I'm saying? So I wound up going up to the studio with Kai. Kai took me up to, Chris was like, yo, bring him up to the studio. So that's how I got me and my man Kai. We went up to the studio. Like I said, Rule was recording his Gotti was like, yo, spit something. You know what I mean? You know, that type of So me, I mean, we in the studio joint, and like, you know, where you record, and I forgot what studio it was, man. Might have been the Hit Factory, but like the booth was like big, where it had like a bed and like a couch. I guess that was like a room where it was doing all nighters and needed to, you know what I mean? So we was in that part, and homie was like, yo, spit something. So I'm like, all right, I start spitting my me thinking like, yo, just probably overthinking it. I'm like, damn, let me spit some songs I wrote, because I know this is like an executive. This is some record. I know you probably want to see if I could, you know, write a song or something. And it just so happened I was in songwriting mode recently. I had wrote a couple of songs, so I came up there and I was like, I was spitting like one of the records that I wrote, and homie was like, hold on. He was like, nah. He was like, you ain't gotta do no song, just rip off. So I'm like, oh, that's how he
wanted you to go in.
I said, let's go then. So then I just started going. And the whole time, homie was just sitting there, like, you know, with the poker face. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so then after it was over, it was, you know, yo, all right, cool, whatever, you know, nah, you all right. So when I left, I kind of left like, damn, this wasn't probably kind of feeling, you know, and I was, and I was talking to Chris with my man Kai, and he was like, yo, homie ain't probably feeling, you know what I'm saying? He was like, nah, Chris was like, nah, come back. I'm saying, just come back up to the studio, man, and keep coming up. So the following week, I came back up to the studio. Rule still recording. Spit some. Came back another week, and this week I came up. It was other niggas up there. That's when I first met Black Child. Black Child was up there. Some other from the hood was up there. I forgot this nigga name. He was making a lot of noise. Like, niggas was like, yo, he's supposed to be like the next. He was up there. Vita was there. That's the first time I saw Vita. You know what I mean? And one other person. So we had got into like a cipher, and like, you know, long story short, like, to be honest, like, I kind of like bit his head. Like, I just went nuts in the cipher. You know what I mean? And then like, it was like, yo, you know, I guess niggas like, yo, you know, you get busy. So now another day I come up there. This is when Rule was doing that last record, that Murderers record, and had the beat playing, and I'm up there, and she was like, yo, you go write something to this right now? I said, yeah, I got, yeah. They was like, go ahead, see what you come up with. And that's when I came up with the verse that I had on Rule. She went in and spit it, came out. That's BJ was there. A few like, yo, that shit was right. That shit was right.
So let me ask you this: you wrote the verse on the spot.
Yeah. How
long did it take you to write the verse?
Man, I wrote it quick. I ain't gonna lie, because I was kind of anxious.
So what, 30 minutes?
Probably, yeah. 20, 30 minutes. You know what I mean? And it's just like, yo, that's right. That's right. So then after that, they finished mixing down Rules, boom, whatever. And I came to the studio like a week after that. Matter of fact, I think Chris was like, "Yo, come up to the studio." When I came to the studio, they was mastering and mixing Rules. And
Wow.
Gotti was like, "Yo, I'm gonna fuck with you, bro." He was like, "I'm gonna fuck with you. I got an idea I want to do too. I'm gonna do this compilation called The Murderers. You know what I mean? You, Black Child, Vita. You know what I mean? Oh, and we're gonna put some together, and that's gonna be like the introduction, how I'm gonna introduce you. But I'm definitely gonna fuck with you. You know what I mean? This is how we're gonna do it." And that's when he was like, "Yo, what, like, you know, what you call yourself?" And I was like, "Tah Murder." And then he was like, "Perfect, nigga." He was like, perfect. Yeah. He was like,
But
"Perfect."
that's the universe. Everything was aligned.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, and that just kind of went from there. You know what I mean?
All right.
Now I want to go back, right? Because
Okay.
that was a funny story too. Like I told you, I just met Black Child that same night. Now the crazy thing about me and Black Child, right? Black Child was locked up with my cousin. You know what I mean? My older cousin, who was kind of like my brother, who I grew up with, who was more like my brother than my cousin. We lived in the same house. We grew up, born in the same house. But he served as like my big brother because I ain't have no brothers that was older than me. You know what I'm saying? So he served as like my big brother. And him and Black was locked up together. The whole time they was locked up, he was telling Black, "Yo, when you go home, go check my cousin. This nigga get busy. I'm telling you, go link up with this nigga. He that rapping. He a street nigga. He from you off the block. Go meet up. Y'all niggas is gonna click." That's what he kept telling Black Child. Because he was like Black Child, big homie in the joint. You know what I mean? So, long story short, after that night, we doing the cypher. After that, me and Black Chop Black, I'm like, "Yo, where you from?" He like, "Yo, I'm from Warhol 191." I said, "Word." I said, "I know a few niggas over there." I started a few names. He was like, "Yeah, those my niggas." I was like, "Yeah, you know what I mean?" He was like, "Where you from?" I said, "Yeah, I'm from right down. I'm from Liberty. You know what I'm saying? South Side, whatever." He was like, "Word." He was like, "Where at exactly?" I was like, I told him where. He was like, "Yo, you know a nigga named," he said my cousin name. I was like, "Yeah, nigga, that's my cousin." He was like, "Get the fuck out of here." He was like, "Oh, so you Tah?" He was like, "Yo, murder my mother, nigga. Yo, this nigga told me to link up with you, boy."
That's crazy.
He said, "I've been looking for you, nigga, trying to link up with you." I said, "My nigga, that's crazy." I was like, "Yeah, that's my cousin." He said, "Yo, that's my heart." He telling me like, "Yo, that's my nigga. That's my big homie."
So your niggas was supposed to link up anyway.
Regardless, right? But that's how
that's
crazy
the universe. It was aligned.
Yeah, so like it was crazy, man. But yeah, that's how
crazy.
that story was.
Now that's dope. Now y'all do the Murderers album, right? What's the process with that album? Like, did y'all all write it in the studio, or did y'all, take it home and write to the beats? How did that process of that album went?
We did that in the studio. We did that all in the studio.
How long do you think that album took, if you could recollect?
Man, I don't have a real, but if I had to guess, I would probably took like a month.
Damn, that's it?
Yeah.
Wow, y'all niggas is working.
Nah, we was running through that shit, bro. We was running through that shit. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Sometimes niggas, vividly, one day we did 2 records, and I know it was a record that we did. It was called We Different, and then I did a record, that one that I had a solo one on the joint, and we did both of those in one day. You know what I mean?
To my recollection, I believe the album did pretty well. Like, I think what it did, like close to gold, like 450.
Nah, I think the first one wound up capping out like around 400 something like that.
Yeah, that's dope. That's good.
Yeah, the second one is the one that really did good. You know what I mean? Because they had the single, that remix of the down ass chick. Remember, and it was Vita, Shanti, Charlie, and Rue.
Wow,
that was the second Herb Gotti Presents, and I was all over that one too. I mean, it's an ill story about that one too.
Let's go into it.
That one did platinum. So in the midst of doing
salute,
that album,
salute on that too. Salute.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
No doubt.
In the midst of when we was doing that one, before then, I was buzzing already with my joint, the Palm City Anthem.
But let's go there, cause that's a special record.
All right, let's go there.
We got to go there, and I want to go from the beginning of the record. Who produced that? Mr. Fingers, I believe.
Yeah, Mr. Fingers. Yep.
Now, I'm going to say this, because I'm going to guide you in. You're going to take it and run with it. That was one of the first songs to go viral back then. It was a different kind of viral because it was off the Skyway pager. It was a beat made off the Skyway pager ringtone, if I believe, right? Stop me if I'm wrong.
Nah, you're right.
Okay. And it was a tunnel banger. Give us the backstory.
Tunnel banger for sure. I'm gonna get to that story too.
Yeah.
But yeah, the backstory to that record, right? Was, you know, like I said, after the you know, the murderous joint we was moving around, you know what I mean? So niggas was like, yo, you up next. So I'm like, all right, let me get in the studio and work, you know what I mean? Try to get a record. So I was going around, I did a couple of records before then. I didn't really like them, you know what I mean? So just doing the knowledge, I'm like, yo, damn, Fingers did Rule, Holla Holla. He did Rule first joint, right? Let me go see if this nigga might be able to cook up my first joint. So
Smart man.
Yeah, I mean, so I went to his crib. He live in Queens, not too far from my hood. Went in his basement, and me and him talked. I was like, yo, bro, I need a joint, man. I need a joint like that Holla Holla joint. I need something that's going, you know what I mean? Get me
Ring off. Something
that's
going to ring off.
So he started playing me shit that he already had. And I was like, yeah, nah, these shit is right. I said, but it just don't sound.
It ain't that one.
It's not that one. It's not that one. So we
that
went
undeniable. You need that
we went
undeniable.
through a few joints, and we didn't get there. So I wound up skating, and I was like, he was like, yo, bro, I'm gonna work on some shit and hit you, and we'll see like that. And he said, I'm gonna try to chef some shit just for you, and I'll hit you. So I'm thinking, this nigga gonna be in this shit, probably don't hit me in like 2-3 weeks. You know what I mean? By the time this nigga hit me, I probably already have another record. So I was just like, all right, cool. I ain't really think nothing of it. Left. The next day he hit me. He was like, yo, you around? I said, yeah, I'm around. I'm in the hood. He was like, yo, stop by my crib. So I go pull up to the nigga crib, go in the basement. Nigga was like, yo, because you know, if you don't know Fingers, he got a smooth demeanor where it's like calm. He not really like, you know what I mean? So he was like, yo, I'm gonna let you hear something. What you think about this? And the nigga pressed the joint, and the shit started. And I'm like, then drop, boom, boom, boom. And the bass, I'm like, oh. I'm like,
yo,
how?
I'm gonna say
like,
this. I gotta stop you. It's 2020. Still one of the hardest records I ever heard in my life. Even I played it the other day. Shouts to my man DJ Raw Heat too. We talked about this. The bass on that joint rumbled so hard. Like if you had a truck or a system or just a stereo in your crib, it was the bass was knocking down pitches, frames, setting up car alarms.
And not because it's my joint, bro, but that beat sick, my nigga. If you go through and really listen to the sounds this nigga got in that beat, bro, that was a perfectly crafted beat, bro. That nigga
masterpiece. It was a masterpiece,
bro, for real. But yeah. So I was like, I'm like, oh shit. And he just sitting there all cool, like smiling, like calm, like you like that shit? I said, nigga, that shit is hard. I said, that's I gotta do my part now, nigga. I said, let me get that. Let me get it. He put it on the CD. Boom. I went to the crib, and I just, I took me a week to get that record, bro, because I went through like 4 different hooks. You know what I mean? Before I started even writing the verses, I was like, man, I gotta get the hook right on this song first before I even the verses. The verses ain't really important to me right now. I need to get the hook right on this beat. And I went through like 4 different hooks before I got to that one that you heard.
From the moment the beat dropped, the first notes, to the intro, to the hook. Yo, bro, the song, I mean, the beat is a masterpiece, but the song is a masterpiece. Like, you became one with that beat. But the thing that niggas don't understand, it's a gangster record. Like, this street, like, it's probably one of the most street records.
Yeah, that was a street record. That
Yo,
was a street record.
and yo, bro, this is the thing that me and my man Raw Heat was talking about. You had one of the biggest records in the clubs and in the streets, and at the same time, let's take it there. The two-way sky pager. Everybody had that ringtone. Speak on that. How did that come about? Did he like make the beat around that, or niggas the song got hot and everybody just had that on their ringtone? Like, build with me on that.
All right, well, you remember how the Sky Tail was? It came a time where niggas started making their own little custom. It was a feature in there where you could customize your sound how you wanted your shit to blink. So a nigga could just be like beep beep do dee 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 whatever you did, and that would be a special for rec. And I was my little, and niggas was with it, making their own little custom shit. He took it further, right? And was like, damn, customizing it for the shit, I'm gonna make a beat out of it. So he did it on his thing, he did the melody on his thing, plugged it up, I guess, and sent it through the, and then built the beat around that.
Wow. Yo, he was so ahead of the curve.
My nigga are super ahead. And the whole ringtone, nigga, you know how it's like, yo, damn. Like,
you the origin of that shit.
Right, but I ain't getting no prep. You know, when niggas start getting all that ringtone money, I'm like, oh man, this is
bro,
crazy.
You had one of the first ringtone records.
Word.
But not on no candy apple. On some street shit.
Yeah.
And I tell niggas, nobody can front on that record. I don't give a fuck. It's 2020.
Yo, you realize too, right? A lot of people didn't even realize that was a two-way, right? Motherfuckers who didn't own a two-way. Think about that. They didn't realize it came from that.
Yo, I'm a hip hop nigga, and plus I had like 2 of those Skytail joints. So
you knew, but a lot of people didn't realize that.
Facts. But also it was a tunnel banger. And I remember Flex was on that record hard. He was on that record hard.
Yeah, I performed at the tunnel for Flex. Movie.
What was that conversation like? Did Flex call you, but like, yo, I need you to do that Pop City anthem in the tunnel?
Well,
it went through Gotti.
It went through Gotti. I'm gonna be 100. I ain't even gonna try to.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? It went through Gotti. Basically, Flex was having like some big tunnel, and he wanted all of us to rock. Really, he wanted Rule to rock. You know what I mean? Gotti was
Rule
like,
was the star, of course.
You know what I mean? Everybody gonna rock. He was like, Caddy got a record too. Boom, boom. Flex was like, yo, I'm already playing this a little bit, but I'm about to go nuts on it. If the nigga Caddy gonna perform, I'm gonna go nuts with it, whatever. So that's kind of how that went. Yeah. So,
got you. So take me to the tunnel. This is like, see, we gotta paint the picture, cause niggas don't be painting that picture. The tunnel, that wasn't no ordinary club, my nigga. Like, that was like, you like, cause it was in Manhattan, but it's like, you know, that part of the town, it wasn't really like reckless like that. But when you went in the tunnel, that's like going inside of a jungle, because it was so wild. The bouncers was robbing niggas. Then you had the gangsters in there robbing niggas. Then you had the chicks robbing niggas. Like, you know what I'm saying? Niggas is hustling in that hard body. Like, give niggas those visuals, because niggas don't understand, like, coming from that era, when you went to the tunnel, you might not make it out. Like,
yeah, it was serious. It was serious like that, bro. You know what I mean? But that tunnel was a movie. I mean, we was probably in there like 40 deep. You know what I mean? 30, 40 deep. Solid, strong. 40 deep, and like 25 niggas that was on go. And 15 staff type niggas. You know what I mean? That was just label and shit. Yeah. But 25
put up the posters and the stickers and shit.
But 25 on go niggas that was ready to go at the drop. You know what I mean? So
y'all came correct.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So remember we had the other joint too. Remember the record from the murder I was kind of
yes, sir.
If y'all don't give a
But
fuck, we don't give a
give.
fuck. My nigga, when
That
we
was
took
hard
that,
too.
man, when we did that shit in the tunnel, that shit turned that upside down, bro. Went crazy, nigga. We was standing on the bar. You remember how the bar was around, nigga? We was on the bar going crazy, man. Niggas, I remember after that, niggas was like, yo, I was at the tunnel that day, man. Y'all niggas had that shit upside down. We had that shit upside down. We was like one of the few that did that before the tunnel closed. Because you remember, like, I think like a year after that, the tunnel had shut down.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I want to go back to that moment of Park City when it was buzzing. So at that time, you got the record on the Murderers album. You did the Ja Rule and the Park City is going off. So you buzzing right now. But for some reason, you didn't drop a solo album. What happened with that?
Number shit, right? Number shit that to this day I never really understood, right? It was like, all right, they serviced the record at radio, right? And they was like, yo, okay, if you get to this certain amount, then we're gonna put the machine behind it, right? It was serviced like on a DJ mix show
Type shit.
but it was in rotation at a few spots. Like Hot 97 threw it in rotation. Because I remember one time I was driving home from the studio like 2 in the morning and that shit came on. Then I woke up and when I got up the next day, it was like 12 in the afternoon that came on. I was like, all right, cool. I'm in rotation now. You know what I mean? But that's kind of short lived. So because like I said, they did the first stage of it. I guess with the label, it's like one stage, right? Then there's a second stage, and then there's like a third stage, right? The third stage is like when the label was putting all the bread.
They putting the building behind it.
And they putting the machine behind it, right? I guess I made it to like the second stage, right? And they was like, once I got to the second stage, right? Because the first stage is mix show, DJ, all that. Second stage is actually getting added and in rotation. And the third stage is them putting the machine. At the second stage, they was like, yo, if you get up to a certain amount of number of spins in 1 week, we're going to put the behind it, right? Long story short, I never reached that number that they wanted me to get to. I came close. So just say hypothetically, if it was 1,500 spins a week, right? I think this landed at like 13 and change, something like that. You know what I mean?
Come on, they supposed to say, yo, now let's go to the third stage. Like, come on.
Let me tell you something, right?
On a street record like that, but go ahead.
My opinion, right? Def Jam didn't realize what that record was, how you knew what it was, right? Street nigga club, you knew what it was. All the street niggas knew what it was. All the hood motherfuckers knew what that record was.
Facts.
Def Jam didn't know. No disrespect to nobody, right?
Now, where was Gotti with the record?
Hold on. Gotti was on board. But no disrespect to nobody, right? They thought they was on pump it up.
Oh, your man Joe Budden.
You feel what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
To them, they felt like that was worth the machine, right? And granted, I mean, maybe that was a little more commercial or poppy. That could have probably hit Z100 for all I know. But that didn't have that feel like Palm City had. And Joe Budden is he a cool nigga. I ain't no disrespect to him. But it didn't, that pump it up didn't have the feel the Palm City had.
That's a fact. I'm saying that.
They didn't see what that record was, bro. And that's just what it was.
They didn't see the vision.
They didn't see the vision, bro. They didn't see the vision. So long story short, that record did what it did, fizzled out, and we was on to the next record, which was the song I did with Ashanti called Just Like a Thug. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That video got shot, record got serviced, didn't really hit the number they wanted it to hit. Now they like, yo, go back in the studio, put some more work in, bro, and we get back to it. You know what I mean? But in my contract, it was like, yo, it was time to put the album out. Because when you sign a contract, it's like, all right, at a certain point, they have to put an album out on you. There's a time frame on that. I ain't know if you know that.
It's a deadlines.
Right.
They gotta meet.
So they was getting close to that, and they was like, "Yo, go back in the studio, work some more. Boom, boom, boom. We're gonna write you a check. You know what I mean? Sign this, saying that you okay with going back in the studio and us not putting the album out and whatever." So at first I was like, "Man, I ain't doing it." And I put my word, but then Gotti was like, "Yo, bro," he was like, "Yo, I'm with you. Whatever you want to do." He was like, "But
salute the Gotti on that."
But he was like, "But keep in mind, bro, you know what I mean? The way where we at, they didn't really push. They didn't push you. We, you know what I mean? We not looking like the result that you probably think you want to get because they didn't do what they were supposed to do. Just keep that in mind. But if you want to go with it, go with it. Whichever way you want to go, we go. You want to take the bread or you want to put the album out." So I'm like, "Yo, man." I said, "Man." First, I think they was trying to give me like 50 racks. So I was like, "Man." And he was like, "Check this out. If I work out, them niggas give you some more money, would you be cool with that?" And well, whatever. I was like, "Man, let me think about it." Whatever. Boom. So I guess he worked it out with them. They wound up giving me like 100, you know what I mean? And was like, "Yo, here, take the check, you know what I mean? Go back in the studio and just work. And when you get the record, we'll get back to it again." You know what I mean? So that's where that happened. So, boom.
Now let's pump the brakes there.
Go ahead.
Do you remember what you did with that 100?
Yeah. Townhouse. I got a condo, nigga.
Salute. That's what's up. Smart.
I'll be honest with you though, and that ain't no credit to me. To be honest with you, my wifey was like, "Yo, nah, nigga, that we gonna go get a joint with this money. We ain't gonna go fuck off that buck and go to Jacob and do all that." Because I was on some like, nigga, that's my mentality.
I'm about to get lit with this. Yeah.
I'm about to go see Jacob, nigga. I'm about to go get lit. She was like, "Nah, nigga, we ain't doing that." She was like, "Nigga, we gonna go get a spot."
That's real.
So I'm like, "What? How we gonna do that?" She was like, "Nigga, trust me. She was like, "All we gotta do is put down such and such and such and such, and nigga, we Gucci." I said, "Word?" I said, "Let's go do it then."
You had yourself a real one. And, she had a head on her shoulders.
All that credit go to her, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
So
but that's what I did. That's what I did with that. You know what I mean? So now we back working in the studio. But now Gotti working on the Irv Gotti Presents, the Ink project.
Gotcha.
In the midst of that, leading up to that, I was doing a whole bunch of records. So Gotti was like, "Yo, check this out, bro. We're gonna play this almost like your album." You know what I mean? You gonna be featured most on that. You know what I mean? You gonna do a lot of writing on it. We're gonna do like it's your shit. You know what I mean? And that's kind of like how that album works. So if you go back
because you was all over that album.
Yeah, that Everybody Presents the Ink. If you look at that joint, I was all over shit. I was probably over there on it more than anybody else, and I wrote on there. You know what I mean? I wrote on shit I wasn't even on.
Wow, you was ghostwriting.
Exactly.
Got you. Now, on that album, what was the lead singles, if you can remember?
The Irv Gotti Presents. It was the one I told you, the Down Ass Chick joint.
That was the remix or the original?
That was the remix. That was the Down Ass Chick remix. That wound up calling it the Down Ass Chick remix, but it was like, you know what I mean? I Want to Be Your Chick, or whatever the case may be. That's how the hook went.
And who's on that record?
That's Ashanti, Vita, Charlie Baltimore, and Rue.
And you said you ghost wrote.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we're gonna leave that.
So we're gonna leave it like that.
Let them put it together. You know what I mean?
So and the other one was The Pledge.
Ooh, that was hard.
That was a remix, and the original one was me and Ashanti.
Because the remix had Nas on it, right?
The remix had Nas. So those was like the two records that came off that album.
And this is around the time where all that hoopla was going on about Nas signing the Murder Inc.
Yeah,
Possibly.
that's gonna happen, bro.
Well, take me there, man. Like, what was those meetings like? What was those studio sessions like? Bring us back there,
Now, I'm
Tom.
gonna tell you, right? I only saw Nas one time, but the whole talk was like, "Yo, Nas, he gonna man, he with it." Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I'm saying to myself, like, nah, this ain't Nas. That Nas probably ain't gonna, you know what I mean? But it was about to happen. So we got a session one time at Right Track Studio,
Mm-hmm.
and and I was coming with like two of my, and Nas was coming out. I guess he was already in there with Gotti or whatever. And when I opened the door, I saw the nigga like in passing, and it was like, "Caddy, what's up, boy? What up?" It's my first time ever meeting this nigga.
Wow.
Everything.
And he's saluting you.
Word. I'm like, "Yo, oh shit." I'm like, "What's up, my guy? Everything good?" He's like, "Yeah, nigga, everything good." He said, "Everything good." Yeah, I said, "Yeah, it's murder." And he was like, "Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir."
That's what's up.
And that was that. I was like, "Man, that's crazy."
That's
I always with Nas, you know what I mean? I was like, damn, the gods
nah,
salute
yo,
him.
real talk.
You know what I mean?
In my book,
And let me say this. He was like, yo, what you doing, boy? He was like, yo, keep working. I'm like, my nigga, I appreciate it. Boom, boom.
that's love.
You know
Salute
what
your
I mean?
pen. That's what's up. Nah, I mean, I'm gonna say this. I tell niggas that nigga's the GOAT in my book. You know what I mean? Lyrically and like just he got it. You know what I mean? You know, there's a lot of GOATs, but like his pen game is on another note.
On
You know, I'm gonna say
another note.
that. During this time when Nas was possibly signing with y'all, the beef with Jay-Z was happening, right? I think the Ether takeover.
Nah, it was over.
It was over by then.
The beef was over, but it had happened.
It had happened, but it was simmering
like,
down. It was simmering down.
It was simmering down. It was simmering down.
Because now, at this time, because Gotti bought Jay-Z, DMX, and Ja to Def Jam. So now that he's possibly about to sign Nas, and, you know, they went through what they went through, but that Ether still, you know, it had a wild sting on it. You know what I mean? That's kind of, you know, I left them with a crazy sting over there at Rockefeller. Like, you know.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I f with Hov, man. Like, I love that Jay-Z, bro. Real talk. That
He a
nigga,
GOAT too.
That nigga's a GOAT, man. That nigga's a GOAT.
Facts.
I love how that handled his business. I love everything about that nigga, bro. That takeover record, bro, was so fucking hard. I felt almost like you know, like you remember, you remember, but you know, you're a Brooklyn, so it ain't affect you how it affected us back in the days. That fucking Bridges over shit. When that KRS-One dropped that shit, you know how that shit felt. It was like, damn, I don't know what Shane. What could that do after that? When Hov,
that Bridges Over came out.
Yo, when Hov,
I'm gonna be honest with you.
When he just
no disrespect. You my man. It got spooky for you Queens niggas. When that Bridges Over dropped,
man,
I'm keeping it real.
Oh man, it was spooky for real. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. But look, the way I felt about that record is how I felt about the takeover. When I heard that shit, I was like,
nah, it was hard.
I was like, what the how the Nas gonna come? I just like, man, this Nas gotta come back with some shit. And when that Ether shit dropped, I was so happy and proud that this represented like that, bro, because Hov had his foot on this neck with that.
Nah, he did, and Prodigy.
Word. Oh, he killed them niggas. I ain't gonna lie, them dead.
Oh, we gotta talk about that because there's a little history there too.
Yeah. That killed them niggas dead. Nas, you know what I mean? Nas the only one that.
Yeah, R.P. Prodigy and all that, and Happy, but it was what it was. He killed those. He killed Mobb Deep.
For sure.
Jay-Z killed Mobb Deep. See, this is the thing. This is why I rock with you. We gonna call it for what it is. You know what I mean? You and I both. We gonna call it for what it is. Like it's history. You dig what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like all that political shit. This is MRecktv. This is Caddillac Tah. This is two talking that got a little history. We building right now.
But back to now what we were saying. Boom. So like, you know, that shit was gonna happen, and then we was like, you know, moving around and shit. We was in LA. Jungle was out there. And shout out to Jungle. Jungle was hitting the town, riding. It was on some real Braveheart murder ain't ready to happen, bro. And that shit just didn't happen out of nowhere. I was just like, damn, what the happened?
Yeah, I think Nas just pulled out the last minute.
I guess
minute.
You know, after probably, you know, after a bunch of saying, yo, bro, how you going?
Probably was in his ear, yo, how you gonna sign to murder?
Sign to it. I think that's what it really was. Like, you God's son. You don't sign to it. You, like you just said, you the GOAT.
Let me tell you something. That's the that make empires crumble. Egos. And a lot of times it's not even wasn't even Nas, it's in his ear that was around him. Or you know what I'm saying? Calling him like, yo, you Nas, you came out before them. They supposed to be signing to you.
Let me tell you something though. That shit would have been magical.
But that's what I'm saying.
That shit would have been magical because Gotti, like the way he produced and the way he pushed together, that would have put some together for Nas. It would have been different.
Yo,
bro.
with the momentum y'all had and Ja Rule had,
and
then Ashanti, like even if Nas would have did a quick 2 albums over this, shit would have been crazy. Yo, at that time, look, and I like building like this. Irv just had it. You know what I mean? He was looked at as a genius, still is. You know, especially because you gotta think. He got Ja Rule. He already bought DMX and Jay there, then he got Ja, but then now Ja got his own way because Ja starting to jump in a different lane. You know what I'm saying? He did all the holla shit and all that, the murder shit and all that. And then Ashanti come through. She's like the rendition of Mary J. Blige in a sense. Like, you know what I mean? Like a younger version of Mary.
Princess,
Princess. Mary was the queen, she was the princess. Facts.
Yep.
And that's all happening like at the same time. Like, you know what I mean? Simultaneously. So that Nas shit would have took shit over the top. I didn't want that to happen for y'all.
No.
And that's the sucker shit I don't be liking in this game. You know what I'm saying? To make phone calls. Nah, don't fuck with them.
Yeah, don't fuck with them. Yeah, don't fuck with them.
Sucker. Let's get to the shit now. So, Ja, he's popping. You know what I'm saying? He's dropping, what was the album that really went out of here? What was it? Rule 336?
Yep.
He doing all these big records, you know, the chicks eating it up. And then get crazy on them streets. You know what I'm saying? The wave is coming. Now, let me know if I'm wrong. And, you know, we talking. We bringing up history. It is what it is. The nigga 50 was saying, I don't know if you was there, the reason why he went at Ja Rule, because he came to a video set and Ja Rule didn't embrace him. You know what I'm saying? In his eyes, like how he's supposed to. Like he kind of like shunned him or brushed him off. You got any, you know, recollection of that?
Nah, not really. I mean, he said that's what it was. I guess that's what it was. I wasn't there. I didn't see that happen. I didn't see that interaction happen.
Gotcha.
So I couldn't tell you. But if that's what he said it was, that's what it was. You know what I mean?
Because now the reason why I'm saying this, remember, you know, this is after, you know, I guess the Sony deal was over for him. But now he's coming back to the streets, and one of his first records was that Murder. I don't believe you murder. So that's why I'm saying that. It's like, I guess from that video shoot that Ja Rule allegedly shunned him at or brushed him off at, he made that record going at Rule and just the whole team.
Yeah.
So
that was really more or less going that Rule though.
Going that Rule, yeah.
Yeah. But that's what he did. You know what I mean?
So when this is going on, what's the conversations like with the team?
it wasn't really much. It was just like, oh, you know what I mean? I guess like, don't worry about that, nigga. Don't niggas telling Rule not to respond. Let that nigga do what he do. You already doing what you doing, nigga. There ain't no need to respond to that shit. And to be honest with you, it was a lot of street connections
Shit
that
going
was
on, yeah.
involved. That was like,
Yeah.
yo, let that handle that,
Mm-hmm.
and let that just, you know what I mean. And I don't know, killer nigga shit. It was just, yo, we're homie, we with yo, let's talk, get this shit, settle it like that, and just leave it alone. It was more or less like that. It was never really like no street drama. It was nigga made a record. Niggas didn't like that he made the record. Niggas was gonna meet up, get to the bottom of whatever it was, and just move on. That's
Gotcha.
how it was. You know what I mean?
Right.
Fifth was my man, bro. I used to see him. We went to junior high school together. So after that, he made that record. I used to talk to him all the time. Like, yo, bro.
After he made the record?
After he made the record, I was like, yo, bro, like, you know what I mean? And he never told me nothing about that scenario at the video shoot.
Mm.
When he told me, he just was on some like, yo, nah, niggas ain't like that, bro. On something like that, like, yo, niggas.
Well, like Ja ain't built like that. Ja Irv ain't built like that.
Right,
Gotcha.
right. And I'm
Gotcha.
like, bro, at the end of the day, whatever it is, it could make you look crazy, bro, right? Because you a nigga that's like that, and you going at a nigga who you saying ain't like that, right? So how that's making you look, bro? Almost like, you know what I mean? You on some bully, pick on the nigga shit, and that's nigga, that's gangster, right? Number one, and number two, I'm saying you don't even got it. I'm like telling him, nigga, you nice, you could rap. You don't even gotta do no diss records for you to pop. I heard other records you got, nigga. You got some records. You got joints. You gotta remember this nigga. He had records. Fifth he always knew how to make records, bro. And I'm like,
nigga know how to make some records.
I'm like, yo, bro, you don't even gotta do that. That ain't gotta be your stick. That ain't gotta be.
What was his response?
His response was
to you when you told him that.
His response was, nigga, whatever I gotta do, I'ma do.
He was just on what he was on.
He was on what he was on. He was just like, whatever I gotta do, I'ma do. And he didn't give a fuck. So I was like, at that point, I'm like,
and you gotta choose a side because you signed to the label and these are your niggas now. This is who you eating with, and this is a nigga you went to school with, and the nigga from the hood. That's a crazy position to be in, but
crazy. Crazy position.
Yo, let me ask you this. The Ferrari, where that come from?
What you mean?
The Ferrari. Like the name. Wasn't one of y'all had Ferrari first or some shit like that?
No, that was Black Child.
Oh, Black Child. That's who it was.
That was Black Child with the Ferrari Black.
So I remember 50 taking the Ferrari and calling himself Ferrari 50. See? Yeah.
No, this nigga was playing all type of
antagonistic.
He was playing all type of what is it for 48 laws of power. He was playing all type of 48 laws of power, type of chess, type of Sun Tzu type of games that nigga was playing, bro. That's all, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Now he's a strategist, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy because I never knew that y'all was cool like that. This is like breaking news to me. You know what I'm saying? I never knew y'all had a relationship. Now that brings me to this because Bangham did an interview on my platform like a year or so ago. He brought up a situation where I think, well, I'm going to use his words. You wound up G-checking 50 because a situation over your baby mom, like a bottle got thrown her way or something like that. I don't know if that was true, but that's what he said.
Nah, and this is facts. If you can ask Caddillac, you know what I mean? I ain't disrespect none of them niggas. I ain't disrespect Caddillac and that. All I did was said, yo, this girl walked through the block, a bottle was thrown. She was wearing a Murder Inc. shirt. You dig? Caddillac Tah came up to the block, check 50. You know what I mean? Like, yo, what up? Nigga face to face by himself. That's all I say. What is there to call about? Because his baby moms was in it. I'm keeping it 100. I ain't disrespect the lady. I don't know the lady. Shout out to the lady. God bless to her. If they felt any way, I apologize to them, but it's not a lie, so I don't have to apologize. I'm keeping it 100. But if the lady might feel how, I apologize to them. I'm just telling the story from the past that happened.
Right.
I see it with my own eyes. You know what I mean? So shout out to his baby mom, shout out to him. But he did come to the block and G check 50. Like, yo, what's up? What's happening? And 50 was mad after he left because he kicked the gate. He was upset. So it had to been tension or something. And the nigga Caddillac ain't come up there on no. He came up there on that type of time. I got to give him his respect. He came to our hood. He pulled up. I was there.
As I can remember that situation, I don't think nobody threw a bottle at her, right? Because to be honest with you, if a nigga would have threw a bottle at my baby mom's, somebody would have got shot or some would have like really, you know what I mean? It would have been. I think it was like niggas was just. She had like the Murder Inc. shirt on. I think niggas was just saying shit to her. Like, yeah, she was walking by. Niggas was saying disrespectful shit.
Gotcha.
And that was like what the gist of it. You know what I mean? Because like I said, I'm just being 100.
Yeah.
Not saying like, you know what I mean? But I was a little cuckoo around when I was around. You know what I mean? When I was young, like
you was on some bullshit.
Yeah, nigga would have threw a bottle or some shit that somebody would have got shot. Or fucked up or stabbed or something to that effect. It wouldn't have been no talking. You know what I mean? But I think the fact that it was just they was saying shit, she was walking by, that was being disrespectful. You know what I mean? And I came up there. You know what I mean? Because
what was that conversation like when you came through?
For me, it was cool. Nah, just like yo, like what's happening? Like you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Niggas violating my, you know what I'm saying? My baby mom's niggas gonna get nasty. You know what I mean? Out this motherfucker. And I was telling him like, yo, like who was it? I'm like, you know what I mean? Because I'm like, nigga, vice versa. If it was on me, I would show you. Now I'll let you slap a little nigga from my hood if a nigga ever did. So I'm like, point me out to whoever it is, so I can. And he was just like, nah, bro, nah, don't worry. I'm gonna take care of that for you. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna make sure these niggas in line and blah 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 blah. So that was that. Long story short, I never even when I seen your shit, what Bangham said was news to me. I never even knew that 50 wound up slapping one of them niggas after that. You know what I mean? So I never even knew that. You know what I mean? All I know is that, you know what I mean, what he said he was going to do, and he was my man at that time. I left it at that. I shook his hand, and I left. You know what I mean?
That's crazy. Now, we in 2020, right? I mean, it's so much to your story. I'm going to get to everything. But I got to ask you this. Being that you knew 50 before you knew Irvin Ja, right?
Yeah. Went
to school with him in junior high school. How crazy is it that even though it became street, but over this music that y'all niggas don't even around at all. And y'all niggas both made history in the game. And y'all both from Queens and from like the same hood damn near.
I mean, it's crazy, but then it ain't crazy, right? Because I mean, it's niggas who I don't with right now that ain't have nothing to do with music. It's hood niggas that I went to school with that I don't with now, right?
No, I get that.
So, I mean, yeah, it's kind of crazy only because we in the same space and technically we should have been clicked up. He from the South Side, I'm from the South Side. We kind of grew up together. So technically with all of those elements together, we should have did records. We should have did like, you know, just from with all of that should have happened, right? But it didn't. So yeah, it's crazy from that aspect of
That's what I'm talking about. But look, even in 2020, right? And everybody know you a stand-up nigga. Niggas, nobody can question your loyalty to the Ink and Ja and Irvin, them niggas. Do you think you can put that to the side and not even for the music aspect, just for the sake of y'all niggas went to junior high school together? You think You say, yo, look, homie, all that be grown ass man. Niggas in their 40s about to go into their 50s, nigga. Yo, let's just dead that shit on a handshake. You think that it can ever get to that point? Or just too much shit that done happened in the streets?
Yeah. Too much shit happened, right? Number one, right? And number two, my theory is now how I am in life right now. It's like I always want to know. I gotta know the why, right? For every move, like I gotta know the why, right? And does that why benefit me, right? Because if not, then I'm cool just not with it at all. It's cool, right? So my thing would be why, right? Why would I shake his hand and do whatever? Because then what? Just for us to say that we did it, and we for what, right? Like what's gonna come out of it? Like we ain't gonna do no business, right? We ain't gonna just start hanging out.
Well, let me say this. Let me stop you there. What if business can come from it, from that handshake?
Nah, business can't come from
it.
Because, like I said, too much happened. Number one, and number two, I watched how he moved with different niggas. Like he just a different nigga, bro.
Got you.
I'm a different nigga.
Got you.
And in my 40s.
I get it. No, I get it.
I mean, the 40-year-old nigga, him, and the 40-year-old me don't got nothing in common, pretty much.
Got you.
So that's why I said, you know what I mean?
I mean,
so
I get it.
I don't got no beef with that. I don't got no beef with him. I'm sure he don't got no beef with him. I'm sure he don't got no beef with me, you know what I mean? Because if so, like he could, I mean, I ain't hard to find. Niggas know, you know what I'm saying? So, but it's cool. I ain't got no beef with him. I'm sure he ain't got no beef with me. That nigga's doing big things. I'm cool. I'm living my life. I'm all right. You already know what it is, man. It's your boy, Caddillac Tah. You feel me? Live on MRecktv. This how we do it, man. Now and forever.
Salute. Yeah, part 2.
Yes,
now,
sir.
Caddy, let's go into you doing the record with J-Lo. I think it's called Ain't It Funny, right? It's you, Ja Rule, and J-Lo. Now, it's some controversy with that record, too. Well, it was with the record at the time. Can you go into that?
What part of it? What part of the controversy you talking about?
Let's go to the beginning. How that record came about, first and foremost.
All right, well, the record came about because, niggas was scorching hot on the production side. And I think what's the guy? Tommy Mottola was like, yo, he wanted, if I'm not mistaken, right? That's what it was, right? They wanted niggas to work on some music for J-Lo, and they wanted Rule to write the shit. So that's what happened. Rule wrote the I'm Real joint, and they came up with the Craig Mack beat, whatever, and came up with the Ain't It Funny
classic. Yeah.
So basically, niggas was doing that. Gotti called me up and was like, yo, I'm going to put you on this record. So I was like, say no more. He was like, yo, go in there with Rule. Y'all niggas see what y'all can come up with. You know what I mean? So Rule had his little part, it was, you know what I mean? So, and Rule was like, I seen Rule spoke about the drink chat. He was like, yo, Rule was telling me, he was like, yo, you should take Big Flow, whatever, and come in like on, you know what I mean? Niggas, you know what I mean? On butt and ashtray, whatever. And he said, throw a line, whatever. And for me, I felt like, you know what? I felt like, nah, not Big. I ain't touching. That was in my head. I felt like I'm not touching it because that's Big.
Got you.
You know what I mean? And if a nigga come, I don't want to come off sounding corny. Any nigga trying to cop, if it ain't Jay, a nigga, you can't fucking touch. Like, you know what I mean?
Facts.
That's blasphemous. You know what I mean?
Sir.
So I was just like, nah, I don't with that. I said, you know what? I'll just, you know what I mean, kind of follow the lane of the record. You know what I mean? So that's why I came with the C-A-double-D. You know what I mean? Just like the, you know, or the beat. You know what I mean? The bam, bam, bam. You know what I mean? The crazy. You know, so I just kind of followed and just came up with the verse, and that's how it worked. So Gotti was like, yo, I'm gonna keep you on this record. It's gonna be a good look for you. So
great look.
So I'm like, yeah, nigga, yeah. Boom. So everything is smooth. Come to find out, don't really want me on the record.
Say word.
So Gotti like, nah, brother. He like, nah, Caddy staying on that record. I said, either Caddy stay on the record or y'all just don't take the record. And y'all just take the other one, and whatever the case may be, what y'all do. So, you know what I mean? They was like, basically, which was, when I think about it now, I understand it. I wasn't really like, I wasn't really nobody to, in a sense, like, it wasn't helping J-Lo out. It was all helping me out.
Yeah, it was a look for you.
It was a look for me. You know what I mean? And they was paying big money for those records. Don't get it twisted. They were paying
let me ask you this about how much you think a record like that Irv was charging for.
All right, put it like this. I think, bro, if I'm gonna be, man, it might have been like 400,000, bro. Woo. You know why I'm gonna say that? Because I think they charge like $2 for the beat, $250 for the beat, and I think Rule charged like $150 for the writing.
I mean,
now I may be wrong with that number.
Nah, you're not wrong.
Like that, 300, 400.
Yeah, I think it was in that range.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so, because Irv was getting definitely 150, 200 for a beat. I know that for a fact because
200 easy. My man, and I think they worked out a deal for those two records. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was $250 a piece. You know what I mean? I think Rule wanted like $150 to write the joints.
He wrote J-Lo parts.
He wrote both of the records.
Yeah. Wow. That's the
He wrote
Ain't It Funny, and then what was the other joint again?
I'm real.
Yeah, I'm real.
You walk the
Two
way,
big
you know
records.
He wrote both of the records, and you know what? My bad. He wrote I'm Real, and he wrote Ain't It Funny verses, and Ashanti wrote the hook.
Oh, okay.
Ashanti wrote the hook, and Ashanti referenced the hook. Now that's probably where the controversy was coming. The one controversy was that they didn't want me on the record. Gotti fought for me to stay on the record. So what they wound up doing is they said, all right, cool, we're gonna keep him on the record. That record with him on it will be serviced like to the urban, and we're gonna not have him on the record on the top 40 side. So if you notice, so
it was two versions.
It was two versions. If you ever heard, which I know you probably never did, because I mean, if you listen to Z100,
I wasn't listening to that.
Right, and those pop stations, they only had Rule on there.
Wow,
and not me. So,
but it was still
it was still
a look for you.
It was still a look. I wasn't mad either way. Gotti was kind of mad because they didn't tell him they was going to do that, and they kind of did it, and then they was like, "Yo," and then he was tight. You know what I mean? But that's what happened. You know what I mean? And I guess the other little controversy was that Shanti referenced the hook, and they kept her on the hook basically. So, you know what I mean?
Oh, they kept on the hook, but she wasn't in the video.
She didn't want to be in the video. It was never supposed to be known that it was her. It was supposed to be J-Lo.
Got you. So they kept her vocals on the record.
Right. And I think Shanti had said something one time in an interview, and they didn't like that either. You know what I mean?
Wow. That's crazy. What was your relationship with Ashanti anyway?
Oh no, that's my sis. That's my little sis. You know what I mean? If Remember, she was on Pop City Anthem. Yeah.
Say word. What part? At the end?
She was underneath me on the hook.
Oh,
she was
right.
She was underneath me on the hook, and she did she was on the part where it was like remember gangsta paper chaser. She sung that part too.
Wow.
We sung that, like we did that together, like in harmony.
So technically, you had Ashanti on your record first.
Nah, not even technically. It's a fact.
Wow.
Now,
I mean, this is breaking news to me.
Yeah. She'll tell you, like, she put up a few posts before, like with the record, and was like, "Yo, this is the first time I was on the radio, on the record, and everything. Boom, boom, it's my brother." She put up a few posts like that before.
Wow. Yeah. So salute to her.
Yeah, salute to her, man. That's my sis. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Now, I gotta bring this up because it's people that I be having deep conversations with, and because we love this, like, that come with it. But I'm still a fan. It's dope or dope movements. I just be like, damn, niggas ain't make this move, or what happened. You know what I'm saying? Now, Ja was popping. And this is what a lot of niggas be saying. I know you probably heard it. During the time when Ja was popping, it should have been like some focus on y'all to just tear up the mixtapes in them streets. Do you think it was like a disconnect there because the focus was so much on Ja? Which it should have been, because he was the star. He was popping.
I'm gonna say yeah, and I'm gonna say no, right?
Okay.
Because I'm gonna say, like you said, focus should have been on him. You know what I mean? He was doing what he was doing. He was moving
units. He was hot.
He was doing what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
I think what happened was, and I'm guilty of this. You know what I mean? I think we was caught up in
riding that wave.
So it's like, yo, nigga, platinum, we platinum, nigga.
Doing some other type numbers.
Doing some other. So nigga, if we ain't doing that, it ain't nothing. Type of vibe. You know what I mean? So I think it was more or less that we lost sight of, like, yo, these are street niggas. They gonna have street records. They probably ain't gonna have no records like Rule got. They ain't gonna probably never have those records because we ain't them type of
niggas.
Right.
And that's the point that I'm making.
We got caught in trying to check it for everybody.
I think you cracked the code right there. You cracked the code. Because, a lot of niggas is like, yo, when Ja was doing what he was doing, and I got to bring this up because it's all in the history. When 50 and G Unit was coming at y'all niggas, Murder Inc. and all, niggas felt that y'all should have been on the mixtapes going back, like you and Black Child directly. And everybody else, Chris Black, and you know what I'm saying? Niggas.
I think even with the man, it's like we dropped the ball on that too. And I mean, like, when I say we, I mean myself as well. You know what I mean? Not realizing the importance that the mixtape still had. See, like in the beginning, we was all over the Clue tapes, Envy and Cutmaster C's. We was doing all of it, but when we got to a point, I guess, in our mind, we felt like, to do a mixtape now is almost like us taking a step backwards. When that was the wrong way of seeing it, right?
Yeah.
That's what we should have been. We should have been tearing up, you know what I mean? And I think we dropped the ball on that. And I'm saying me included.
Collectively, you collectively with the whole team. Got you. And I'm glad you cracked the code with that, because a lot of niggas to this day, I have conversations on that. Niggas be like, yo, those niggas ain't handle that work when Job was doing mega numbers. These niggas supposed to have been putting out that street work on the mixtapes and handling that was coming at them from these niggas. You know, I know you hear it in the barbershop or heard, you know,
of course. That's the, you know, that's the topic. That's the, you know what I mean? Nigga, God bless the dead. My guy Stack Bundles had a line in one of his freestyles. You remember that freestyle he did off
how the line goes?
On the Jadakiss Why. The Why. Remember the Why with Anthony Hamilton singing the hook?
Yeah,
Stack
I definitely remember
rest
that.
in peace, my guy. Freestyle, and the line in the joint was like something up, and he said, why Caddy ain't dropped when Paul City was popping? Why Diddy ain't get Sean Cochran? Why? You know what I mean?
Wow.
That's the verse. You know what I mean? So you know that was the sentiment. Like, you know what I mean? That was the sentiment. Like, yo, why niggas didn't, you know, get out? Like,
yo, you know what's so crazy? And I gotta keep it real. I put out Stack Bundles mixtapes, distribute them through my company, Gutter Music. I might have missed that freestyle. That might have been on like what tape would that was on?
I think it was on. I think it might have been on Clue. I think it might have been on the Clue.
I might have missed that line. You know how sometimes a nigga might be screaming over the vocals.
Yeah, it was up to the. You remember? The Why with Anthony Hamilton.
Yeah, and the reason why I'm saying that, because that was my sentiment about you and that record, Caddillac, because I said that to you earlier in the first part. I'm like, yo,
that's what I'm saying. So, like you said, that was pretty much the sentiment. And like I said, motherfuckers was chasing, right? That you know, that right, that vibe, and it's like, and like I said again, that was me. I'm guilty of it. You know what I mean? And keep in mind, bro, just to be 100, I'm gonna be 100, bro. I was still like, I knew who I was. I knew I was, but I was still kind of trying to find myself as an artist in the midst of all of that too. You know what I mean? So I was still, and when I say by that, I was searching like for like my niche. With the harmonizing and this and that. So I was still searching and playing with, trying to find what was going to separate me from everybody else.
Got you.
You know what I mean? What was going to separate me from the average rapping nigga. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. But like, you dropped the ball on that, bro.
Nah, it's all good. I'm glad you cracked the code for me on that. I appreciate you. Niggas going to appreciate you on this interview for giving that information, because, you know, like you said, Stack Bundles even had a line saying why Caddy ain't dropped when Palm City dropped. You know what I'm saying? Now, you and Prodigy, what was your relationship? You know, God bless the dead and all that. What was your relationship? Or did y'all have a relationship?
That's the thing. Like, I never had a relationship with homie, right? I met him, right? And I ran into him maybe like 2-3 times after I met him. So that was like the gist of our relationship. I didn't really have like a relationship with the dude. You know what I mean? Like, his artist Mike DeLorean was a cool little dude. I fuck with Mike DeLorean. That was my little guy. I used to, you know what I'm saying? I like that little dude. You know what I'm saying? So, but I never really had no relationship with him like that. You know what I mean?
Got you. You did an interview with us on Forbes DVD and Doggy Diamonds, and because he mentioned your name in his book, and you was a little upset at that. And you know, I mean, I'm just gonna clear the air. He was saying about like you was trying to line Irv and Josh.
Yeah, that's what he said. You know, nigga, you know, kind of sensationalized and tried to I guess, hype his book up. You know what I mean? Which was crazy to me. I just couldn't jack that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I remember he was tight. I remember that shit.
It was number one, shit wasn't correct. You know what I mean? And number two, that was some real serious type of, you know, that I felt like nigga, you know, nigga don't talk about that in books and shit like that, bro. Especially if it ain't. I mean, if it ain't your business, then nigga ain't got no business speaking on it, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
And on top of the fact, shit was.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember exactly how he put it. Did it have like a connection in there with you and E Money Bags like that?
Yeah, that's what it was. He said, I text E Money Bags and said, yo, they over here now, come get them. Like some real cartoon TV movie shit. Something even do like that. and even talk like that. Yo, they over here now, come get them. I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what he wrote, bro. And I'm just like, my niggas, really?
Yeah, I remember you was so upset. You like, yo, my niggas, yo, where you at? I gotta get this off my chest. I remember. You remember when we got up with you?
Yeah, of course. Hell yeah, my nigga.
You was like, yo, my nigga, I gotta address. You know what I'm saying?
That was like some real calm shit, man. I just didn't respect it. You know what I mean? And I like, you know what I mean? I couldn't believe a nigga would do like that. I was just like, wow, this nigga Mobb Deep, this nigga, like, you know what I mean? The survival of the fittest, the you know, the QB thug life niggas. This is what niggas do. I'm like, niggas different. I'm like, word of mother, niggas different. You know what I mean? But I ain't, you know, that was just that. And I was
yeah. Nah,
I ain't gonna do too much talking on the nigga.
Son not here.
He not here, so we ain't gonna do too much on that.
But we had to just get through that history real quick. Cause we getting through all the history of it all. But now, before he passed, did you see him or did y'all speak?
Nah, nope. I wish though. You know what I mean? I wish.
So like, bring me to the day you heard Prodigy pass. Where was you at when you heard the news?
Man, I can't even remember, bro. To be honest with you, I can't remember. You know what I mean? I just remember hearing it and saying, and the way niggas said he passed, I was like, you know what I mean? Nigga, you know, the nigga was sick, and nigga, you know, the way they said the homie passed, I was like, man, that's crazy. I just was.
Got you.
I mean,
but in the back of your mind, you wish y'all could have spoke and rectify.
Absolutely.
Got you.
Absolutely. I mean, absolutely. You know what I mean? Whatever it was going to be, whether we had to get 5 minutes off or whatever it would have been. You know what I mean? I just wish niggas could have got to the bottom of it. You know what I'm saying?
Got you. Now, in this game is all relationships, and you had your runs, you know, here and there. You know what I'm saying? And you had some looks. Mention some of the artists that you connected with or that show love to you that niggas may not know about. But, you know, like you was talking with. Just in general. Yeah, outside of the Murder Inc. Just some artists.
Well, man, you know what? And he's not an artist, but he's like an executive and gave me like a look. I was just looking at the Drink Champs. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah. Shouts to Nori. Shouts to DJ,
shout to Nori, EFN. Yeah. I was looking at Drink Champs and the dude James Cruz and Eric Nix was on there. And it made me think. I was like, E. Nix is a cool dude. Is my man. He gave me a look back in the days on the Violator compilation. The first
word?
Yeah. Put me on the record. It was me, Fab, Red Cafe, Remy.
Wow.
What's
the name of that record? I know I heard it.
New Generation. Raps. New Generation.
Yo, is my song on that record or nah?
No, Mice was on it. It was some dude, Jojo Pellegrino.
Yeah, that I know, son.
And some other dude. But Mice was around, I think, around there. He wasn't on that record though.
Got you.
You know what I mean? And
but E Nix gave you a look.
gave me a look, bro. I always with him for that.
You remember how that call went?
That who?
That call. You remember like him calling you out the blue, like, yo, look, I need you to come to the studio.
It was like, yo, he just broke it down to me like, yo, I got this record. This is what it's called. I think you would be perfect for it, bro. You want to come down to this? And I'm like, absolutely. So and it was cool because when I went down there, it was a session, and like we always did. Wow. I think the only one that wasn't there was probably Remy. I don't think she was there. But I think Fab, Red Cafe, we was all there, like vibing. You know what I mean?
Yo, always vibing. That's what's up.
It was a good session. Now I always respect E-Nix for giving me that look for that. You know what I mean?
Salute to him. That's
salute
what's up,
to E-Nix.
Anytime when a nigga throw an alley-oop, I always salute that because niggas don't even know that's a nigga could do is throw an alley-oop. You know what I'm saying?
Eric Sherman came,
say word.
Yeah, he was working on his album. Called me to get on his joint. It was me, him, and Keith Murray on one of his joints. The song was called "Up Them Things." Yeah, you could look for that. Google that.
Wow, that's what's up.
On one of his, the one joint that was crazy to me because this dude was like a dude who I looked up to and kind of always try to pat in my behind him. And like when his back in the days, his tapes, I used to put my ear close to the speaker and see how he was doing those flows. G-Rap.
Oh,
G-Rap had called me and Black to get on one of his records.
Word.
Nigga, everything for me. I'm like, nigga, G-Rap called. What? Nigga.
What's G-Rap vibe like in the studio?
Oh, 100. That nigga's a real nigga, bro. Solid nigga, man. Solid 100 nigga, man. Word. Nothing, no disappointment at all. You know how sometimes you might, you meet one of a nigga that you looked up to, or a nigga like, and it's like, oh, this nigga's a cornball, man. You know what I mean? 100 solid nigga, man. Word. Gave us a look, you know what I mean? We worked with that nigga. That's when I think he was on Raucus then. Remember, he was doing them projects on Raucus. But G-Rap, Jermaine Dupri threw me an alley-oop.
Say word.
Word. And it's crazy, right? Because he threw me a writing alley-oop where it was like, yo, the Big Mama's House movie, the first one, I think he did like the music to that in the soundtrack. And he had a record. Check this out. It's crazy, right? Beyonce singing the hook. The Brat and Vita.
Wow.
After we get up, nigga.
That's crazy. You just blew my mind with that one. So you on the record with Jermaine?
No, I'm not.
He produced it.
Yeah, I wrote.
Oh, you wrote. Okay, I got it. So it's Beyonce. You said Vita's on it.
And the Brat.
You wrote the whole record, or you wrote part of the record?
Yeah.
The whole record?
No, part of it.
A part of the record. Got you. And we can't get into the details because of
it's called Big Mama's Theme.
Got you.
So that was a crazy oop. You know what I mean? That session was crazy. I remember working and knocking out and Gotti and Jermaine Dupri playing pool for betting 10, 20,000. I think Gotti smoked Jermaine Dupri for like 80 racks that night.
State word.
What? That nigga Jermaine Dupri was hot. I think he think Gotti was hustling him because Gotti was bossing
roping him. Yeah, he had the high hand.
And Gotti was talking like, nigga, I'm gonna get all that crisscross money before we leave.
That's crazy. Wow, that's ill. Now, with you, I'm surprised, or maybe I missed it. I didn't see you in any films, or was you? Maybe you was.
Nah, I wasn't in no films.
You never auditioned for nothing?
Nope. I never even. Nah. Nope. To be honest with you, I didn't have no passion really for acting. That wasn't a thing that I wanted to do really.
Cause you know what's so crazy? Black Child's in a whole.
Yeah, Black Child fucking act. He wanted to be an actor.
He's like a certified actor. Like that's on TV shows and all that.
He got a SAG card. Black got a SAG card.
Salute the Black Child. That nigga's an official actor. Like
that nigga's official tissue, man.
Facts. So seeing Black Child in TV shows and movies, then like inspire you or motivate you a little bit to say, yo, man, my man is in these joints.
Nah.
I
never wanted to. I never had no passion.
Got you. That's ill. What's up with Black?
He chilling, man. The nigga birthday. He just had a birthday a couple days ago.
Okay.
Yep.
That's what's up, man. A lot of niggas thought you and Black Child was like a group. I mean, y'all kind of was in a sense with the Murderers.
We were supposed to do a project called the Black Tah Affair.
It never happened.
Yep, never happened. Matter of fact, nigga, we had a Koch bag on the table one time.
Say word.
Koch. Salute, shout out to Pistol Pete. You know what I mean?
Kilo Rats and all that.
Just Kilo Rats. My guy, Pistol Pete.
That's my guy.
Was putting that play together for us. Boy, he set it up for us.
Say word.
What? Set it up for us. Nice.
What happened?
I'm going to tell you. The dude, Allen, was like, yo, he was with it. He was like, yo, let's do it. He said, the only thing is I want Gotti to be involved.
Irv Gotti.
Yeah. And Gotti was like, nah.
Why not?
He didn't want to be attached to Koch. At that time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because niggas is calling Koch like a graveyard, and
that was before Koch got their weight up and they proved that we was somebody. This was early Koch before. You know. Now
this is before Dipset was there.
Yeah, this was early. This was before. This was before Jim Jones had balls. This was before them.
Got you. So when that deal was on the table, Pistol Pete was quarterbacking the situation. So now, when that situation had happened, and when y'all seen Jim Jones come up with the ball, and did hit you like, damn, my nigga, we could have.
Hell yeah.
Talk to me.
Hell, hit me. I was looking like, we could have been a good play. You know? I always felt like I always felt like we could have had the same kind of impact Jim had with that.
Wow.
And I'm not saying we would have had a ball and record, but you feel what I'm saying? Like I felt like we could have we could have had the same kind of impact over there.
Got you.
We could have put Koch on the map, me and Black. You know what I mean?
Believe so. Y'all niggas had a presence, man.
Yeah.
Y'all had a strong street presence. Niggas too, man. Don't get it twisted. Niggas hard. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be trying to act like they wasn't. But in them streets, I remember because I was putting mixtapes out, them gutter music mixtapes, and I seen y'all niggas on other niggas mixtapes going hard. Matter of fact, what's so crazy, I had a DJ under my brand, DJ Watts. He did a Murder Inc. mixtape. I remember. And it was hosted by y'all. It was called Two Sides of a Coin. And one side, of course, it was all y'all. And he got some freestyles and, some drops from y'all. And I was just coming into the mixtape game. Like, I was doing my thing on music as an artist on my. But then I was coming in the game on some like A&R his mixtapes and distributing them. And at that time, I think, homie was on the come up, you know what I'm saying, taking his shots. And the nigga Watts, he put the auto protect on the backside of the cover. You know what I'm saying?
I remember that.
It hit MTV, Mixtape Mondays and all.
Yeah,
all over the streets.
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. Facts. That was a big mixtape. That's what I'm saying. Like, I distribute that mixtape to the streets because, you know, at the time, Watts, he couldn't get it in the stores. The stores wasn't respecting like that. It was like, nah, we don't want it. I'm like, crazy. This on it. The Murder Inc. niggas is coming with that work on this. You know what I mean? They go the responses to everything that was, you know, that was going on. And wound up getting bootleg heavy. The nigga Watts popped from that mixtape. The Gutter music brand that I had because, you know, I had the logo on there, and then from there, I never looked back. Got me in the game. To be honest with you, I came in the game distributing mixtapes, DVDs, you know, the Forbes DVD, and you know everything else, MRecktv, and you know what I mean. That's so we got history. Like we already had history, but you didn't even know that I go back with you a little further. That's how it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's crazy,
man. Crazy. So talk to me. Like, what's going on with you currently? Because I remember last year you was pushing some music, but what's going on with you, man?
Yeah, right now, man, I don't know, man. I'll be like just on the fence with. Sometimes I feel like, you know what, let me get in, but then it's changed. The shit is so different, bro.
That's a fact.
It's so different, bro, and it's just like I don't even think niggas our age or like music like the with it. That's why the youngest is so successful. Cause like when we out, I don't even know if we fuck with the music. Like I mean, like we was just talking about Nas earlier too. You know what I mean? Nas is crazy album, bro.
Album's fire.
And look, supposed to went platinum out the gate.
That King's this.
He's supposed to be doing Drake numbers, bro.
Yo, he on that album. A classic. Close.
My nigga, but look, it didn't really, because the landscape of it is like the older niggas, the music like that as far as consumer wise. So it's like, what am I doing? Like, you know what I mean? The crowd of niggas that don't stream that much, they don't really download. So what's the niche, right? And I haven't really figured out what it was.
Gotta crack that code.
Gotta crack the code, figure it out. And until I can figure out really what it is, I can't really get that motivated for it no more. Because I put out a project, which was a decent project. I mean, to me, I got some, you know, there's a lot of good records on it. I got a lot of good.
What's the name of the project?
Crime Boss, Volume 1. So
when you dropped that?
Before the pandemic. So that was like, what that was?
It was like March, February?
It was like February. In February. You know what I mean?
I mean, you still got to push that, my nigga.
Yeah.
Still got to push that.
Or was it before that? I don't know. I can't even.
Did you shoot videos?
I shot one video. I shot one video. You know what I mean? That's
What's the name of the joint? What's the name of the joint?
The video?
Yeah.
It's So Litty.
So Litty, okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure niggas go check for that. I mean,
yeah, check that out. I shot that video. It was everything was cool, man, but it's just
it's a weird space.
Yeah, it's a weird space, bro. When I go look at the streaming numbers, I'm just like, word? I'm like, different. So I'm like, nigga, this ain't worth me. I got the little studio set up in my crib, but whatever other little money I invest, and I can't get the money back that I invest, then what I'm for, bro?
Yeah. Nah, I get you. I get it. But you were saying you pushing your cousin currently.
I'm pushing my cousin.
What's his name?
Don Pablito.
Where he from?
Don Pablito. He from my hood. He from Queens. But he living in California right now. He living in LA.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
What he rapping like? What's his style like?
Yeah, his style that the New York City rap.
Oh,
New York
okay.
City rap. You know what I mean? He got a little bit of the now type of flows mixed in there too. Cause he young still too. He ain't as old as me. You know what I mean? He probably just turned 30. So you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
He's still like, you know, how like J. Cole said, he in the middle. Like he a middle he a middle child. He like, you know what I mean? He like, you know, too young for us old niggas and a little old for the young niggas, but he in the middle.
Got you.
But he get busy, bro. He get busy. He get busy. He get busy. You know what I mean?
He got a project out now?
He just put out a project. Just put out a project called Biggie Jigga Dawn.
Wow. What made him name the record that? Or the project?
You know what's crazy? I never got a full explanation from him. You know what I mean? But I guess, you know, it would be him saying, you know, he next in line to be one of the greats. Got you.
Nah, that's what's up. Well, he getting a look right now because, you know, niggas is watching this, but, you know, I'm going to put it on the YouTube as well. And it's going to do what it's do. He's going to do what it do. But,
appreciate it, bro.
Nah, it's all love, my brother. Just know, you know, I got you. What's next for Caddy, though? Like, I know you executive producing his project and pushing that, but aside from that, what's going on with you? Like, you got anything else that you working on?
No, not at the present moment. Not at the present moment. You know what I mean? I ain't even gonna lie. Not as far as music wise. Not at the moment. You know what I mean?
Got you.
Just doing record right now. That's it. You know what I mean?
Facts. All right, so let's go into this though, real quick. Who's your top 5 or top 10?
Shit, I can 5. I can give you 5, but I don't know like 10. But
okay,
5 is shit. Hove, Big, Nas, G-Rap. Like I told you. I would have to go with another old, not like old.
Let me take a guess.
Go ahead.
With Scarface.
Scarface. But it's like, damn.
Is it Rakim?
Because I'm torn, right? Because I'm like, I want to say Rock, but it's like, and I want to say Pac. So it's like, you know what I mean? That 5th one is crazy for me. You know what I mean? But I would have to give it to Rakim. I ain't gonna lie, because he had a, you know,
that's a good top 5.
Because, you know what I mean, the impact had,
yeah,
was crazy, bro. I gotta just keep it 100.
Got you. Let me ask you this, because we did bring up homie name, and I never asked you, did you have a relationship with him? Bangum Smurf, did you have a relationship with him or no?
Nah.
Got you. But he definitely got a mutual respect for you.
No, and same with me. I never met the little dude, but I mean, he was doing his thing. His name was, you know, he was doing his thing in the streets. You know what I mean? One thing about him, I mean, when I see him doing his interviews, like, he don't cap. He ain't capping. I mean, for the most part, he was moving, he was running around.
Facts.
You know
That's my nigga. And I like to ask challenging questions. So when I ask you this, it ain't never nothing to rub you the wrong way. But I just know what niggas is into on this internet. You know what I'm saying? Outside of, you know, street niggas. Now, a nigga like Lloyd Banks, I'm going to ask you this question on a musical tip. A nigga like Lloyd Banks, how you rate him? You think he's a dope lyricist? Like, outside of the beef.
I think he can rap. I think he can rap. Yeah, he get busy.
Got you. See, the thing that I be doing with niggas, I be trying to show niggas, real niggas gonna give it up regardless.
Yeah.
And a lot of niggas see, but you know, is a lot of niggas who don't do that though too. Yeah, they be on some sucker time, you know what I'm saying? But real niggas gonna call a spade a spade. You feel me? And I gotta salute you for that. You know what I mean? That's real
because I
niggas
mean, one thing don't got nothing to do with the other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like, one thing don't got nothing to do with the other. If you ask me an honest thing, right, and I say, yo, yeah, the nigga get busy. I mean, I would be a sucker if I sat here and said the nigga's trash, the nigga's right, just on the strength because you know what I mean. We like, come on, bro. Like,
yeah,
because
you gave it up earlier. You know, if niggas who didn't watch the first half to 50, you like, yo, my nigga, you got talent. You don't need to be going at niggas the way you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I gotta salute you on that because you know what I mean.
So he know I said that to him. Shit, if you ever spoke to him, he'll tell you he know I said that to him.
Now I gotta ask you this though, being that you know the floor is open. You know, can you keep it real with me? Did you find yourself ever listening to niggas' music outside of the beef?
No, not outside of just hearing it. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like on the radio, or if I heard this, nah, not. I never listened to it like that. Let me pop shit and let me hear what these niggas got.
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
Got you. I'm just curious to ask that.
No, I just never did it, and not because of no going outside of my. Yeah, not, you know what I mean. I just never did it.
Got you.
That was on the radio, and if nigga was playing it, and I was happen to hear it, I mean, I listened to it. Oh, okay, yeah, that's what some niggas got going. Okay,
got you. Now with the Irv Gotti Tales BT series, did you ever do like music for the TV show?
Nah. I never did nothing for that. I mean, niggas is doing what they doing. I ain't really involved with.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. That situation it was what it was.
Yeah.
Got you. But you didn't leave on a bad note, though.
No. I'm saying I'm here. I'm in the street.
Got you.
And niggas is still trying to do that.
Let me ask you this: when you was with that situation, did any other labels or anybody who had like a label situation holler at you to reach out to do like business?
Yes. No. Nope. Nope. I think niggas understood how loyal niggas was.
Okay.
And how niggas was waving the flag. I think that might have deterred niggas from doing it. I'm sure that there was, you know what I mean? Probably, but I mean, we was waving that flag, so that's like a nigga. That's like a nigga saying a nigga would have went at Beanie Siegel or something like that, or Memphis Bleak at the time when The Rock was at. You know what I mean? Nobody would have never went at them niggas with nothing because they know that them niggas was waving the Rock flag.
Got you. Fact.
Right? Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, nobody would have went to say, yo, Bleak, come over here and sign to Sony. Jay. Not to say, you know what I mean? But it's like, niggas Rockefeller for life. Them niggas is over there waving the flag. So niggas wasn't gonna come at niggas like that.
Yeah, but you know, it was niggas reaching out to niggas. Like Suge was reaching out to a lot of niggas, even though they was signed to, you know, other labels. Suge was, you know, he reached out to a lot of niggas. Even he reached out to Fredro and all that. You know what I'm saying?
But we talking about Suge though.
Yeah, you know.
Talking about a different nigga. There was only one Suge. There was only one Suge, nigga.
Facts. Anything else you want to address or clear the air with that, you know, you seen on the internet or niggas got it misconstrued?
I'm straight if you straight, my guy.
Yeah.
I appreciate the, you know what I mean, the time, bro. That's
no doubt. I appreciate your time, my brother. Oh, matter of fact, give them your they probably see it, but give them your Instagram handles and all that, and where they can stream the music.
At Caddillac Tah, you know what I mean, at Caddillac_Tah, and at Caddillac Tah on Twitter. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. And where can they stream your music? Is it on all streaming platforms?
All streaming platforms.
Yes, sir.
All of it.
And the last project you dropped was called Crime Boss, right?
Crime Boss Volume 1. Go check.
No doubt. My brother, man, you have a great night. Appreciate you.
Yo, my guy,
yo, Caddy, salute. Peace, my brother. Love.
100, baby. Man, it's your boy, Caddillac Tah. You feel me? Live on MRecktv. This how we do it, man. Now and forever.
No, you're the plug and such. You a joke's bound to happen if you slipping or you lacking. I'm gripping on the matching, ready for the action. Shots to make you break dance and have you do a backspin. I got more kicks than karate flicks. My whole team pushing Maserati whips. You on IG liking thotty pics. Shorty pocket broke, but her body fixed.
Peace, world. To promote your music or promote your business by placing an ad on MRecktv, contact MRecktv promo, MRecktv promo @gmail.com. Peace. Oh yeah, subscribe to MRecktv, youtube.com/MRecktv. I'm gone.
MRecktv. It's got a music.